The crystalline chamber stretched 3 stories high, its walls pulsing with bioluminescent veins that cast dancing shadows across the assembled council. 7 members of the Vorathian elite sat in suspended throne seats, their elongated forms draped in ceremonial armor that shimmered like liquid mercury. At the center of the vast hall stood Ambassador Elena Marsh, alone and unarmed, her worn diplomatic jacket a stark contrast to the alien opulence surrounding her. "You dare request audience with us?" The lead arbiter's voice reverberated through translation nodes embedded in the chamber walls. His 4 eyes, arranged in a vertical line along his skull, fixed on her with what the xenopsychology briefings had described as aggressive dominance posturing. Elena didn't flinch. She'd spent 6 months in deep space to reach this moment, traveling through 3 hostile sectors and 2 war zones. She'd seen things that would have broken most people. The Vorathians were intimidating, certainly. Their reputation for crushing diplomatic negotiations was legendary across 17 systems. But they hadn't met her yet. "I do," she replied simply, her voice steady. The council members shifted in their seats. One of them, the military praetor, rose slightly, his massive frame casting shadows that seemed to reach toward her like grasping fingers. "Your species has violated Sector Protocol 447. Your expansion fleets crossed into our ancestral territories. The penalty is absolute dissolution of your colonies." Elena knew what that meant. 40,000 human colonists on New Cascadia would be evacuated or worse. 3 generations of families, gone. The fragile peace humanity had built in this corner of the galaxy, shattered. "I understand your position," Elena said, and then she smiled. It wasn't a nervous smile or a diplomatic pleasantry. It was genuine, warm, and carried in it something the Vorathians had never encountered in their 1,000-year history of intimidation, complete lack of fear. The effect was immediate. The lead arbiter's confident posture faltered. The military praetor actually stepped back, his secondary arms curling defensively against his thorax. Whispers erupted in the Vorathian tongue, rapid clicks and harmonic frequencies that the translators struggled to interpret. What is the meaning of this?" The lead arbiter demanded, his voice no longer booming but uncertain. Elena's smile widened slightly. She'd spent those 6 months in transit studying everything humanity had learned about Vorathian psychology. They were apex predators on their homeworld, evolved to read micro-expressions in potential threats. Fear, anger, submission, these they understood. These they exploited. But genuine contentment in the face of overwhelming power? That was something their evolutionary psychology had no framework for. In their world, only something far more dangerous smiled at danger. "I'm smiling," Elena explained calmly, "because I realize we've been approaching this all wrong. You're not interested in dissolving our colonies. You're testing us." The chamber fell silent. Even the bioluminescent walls seemed to dim. "Testing?" The lead arbiter's voice was barely a whisper. "Every species you've encountered either cowered or attacked. But humans? We're different. We sent one unarmed diplomat into the heart of your power, not because we're weak, but because we understand something you're still learning." Elena took a step forward. The council collectively leaned back. "We understand that true strength isn't about domination. It's about choosing peace when you could choose war. It's about building bridges when tearing them down would be easier." Her smile never wavered. "You wanted to see if we'd break or fight. We're showing you there's a third option, partnership." The military praetor's 4 eyes blinked in rapid succession, a sign of deep confusion that Elena's briefings had mentioned. "This is unprecedented," he muttered. The lead arbiter studied her for a long moment, his predatory instincts warring with something entirely new, curiosity. "And if we refuse your partnership?" Elena's smile took on a knowing quality. "Then you'll spend the rest of your civilization wondering what you missed out on. Humans are very good at 2 things, arbiter, adapting and remembering. We'll adapt to your rejection. But we'll also remember who extended a hand and who slapped it away." The silence stretched for nearly a minute. Then, slowly, the lead arbiter's mouthparts arranged themselves in what Vorathian scholars would later describe as their species' first attempt at a smile. "Perhaps," he said carefully, "we have much to discuss, Ambassador Marsh." Elena nodded, her smile never fading. Outside the chamber, a new chapter in interstellar relations was beginning, all because one human woman understood that sometimes, the most powerful weapon in diplomacy is knowing exactly when to smile.